Do you want to make better decisions, quicker decisions? Then you're in the right place. Stay tuned. It's Charlotte Thornton. Welcome. I'm the career mentor for actors, and today I'm talking about decisions. So I've noticed with some of my clients that they can take a really long time to make sometimes what are quite small decisions, just because we've become so emotionally attached to our acting career that we can't sort of step back and have that business mindset again to make decisions in a fast fashion, in a quick, timely fashion. So we're afraid of making mistakes. We think that there'll be, that we'll be unable to recover. We need to understand that most mistakes are recoverable. Normally we put our hand up, we say we've made a mistake. There's very few things in business where maybe you lose a bit of money or something, but they're all recoverable. So we've got to be really careful that we don't just make the risk of every decision that we're making really, really huge. So ages ago, I once heard the phrase that successful people make decisions quickly and change their mind slowly, whereas unsuccessful people take ages to make a decision and then change their mind very quickly. And I used to think that seems strange. Surely you want to make a decision slowly, having weighed up the pros and the cons. But what I realized is that these people are talking about successful people who trust their own judgment, that they trust their intuition, that really fast instinct that we have about people, about places, about job opportunities. Normally within microseconds, we've had some sort of tell in the body whether this is the right thing for us or the wrong thing for us. Even when it's scary, we can still tell I'm scared, but I want to do it. Like you usually have a gut feel. And so I think what that phrase about successful people making decisions fast is saying that they make decisions fast because they have this gut feel, and then they're slow to change their mind because they trusted that their gut feel is usually correct. When we stop trusting our gut feel, then we have to rely purely on the logic, which is the pros and cons. And the challenge with that is that an intelligent person can argue either side of any debate at any point. You could argue yourself in and out, and you end up going round and round and round, wrapping yourself up in the back and forth of should you, shouldn't you. And actually all you're doing is avoiding making any decision. You're procrastinating and you're stuck in a sort of no man's land. So I want to get you out of no man's land into making a decision. So if you find you are a slow decision maker, I want you to start speeding up your decisions in an area where there is very little risk. You know, the sort of, shall we go to this restaurant or that restaurant? Do you want a cup of tea or a coffee? Yeah. Oh, should we have starters or not? You know, those things where it's low risk. Yeah, if you get it wrong, whatever wrong is, I want you to start making really fast decisions. Yeah, but tune into your gut. It's not reactionary. Yeah, and I think this is a really important difference. So we want to be fast, tune into that gut, and it is fast. But what it isn't is a triggered response. Yeah, you know, that reactionary, someone makes you cross and you bat out an email, and instead of letting it sit in drafts for 24 hours while you cool down, you send it. You've sent it from your sort of fight or flight brain, which is not very big, it's tiny. We don't want to be doing that. We don't want to make that kind of fast decision where you just bish, bash, bosh through life reacting, because reacting is in fight or flight. Yeah. I'm sure you know this from being an actor. If you see scenes where someone is reacting, they haven't taken time to really properly think with their frontal neocortex and their enlightened side of their brain. They've just had a reactionary, and that will be survival based. It'll be fear based. We never want to be making fear based decisions. So we don't want them to be fear based, but we do want them to be fast. It's the fear that actually makes them slow. So there's the slow back and forth because I don't want to get it wrong fear, or there's the super fast reactionary, I did something, but actually in retrospect, I shouldn't have done it. So it might sound like a fine line, but the more you start to trust yourself, the more you will see the difference between I'm totally calm, this is my gut feel, versus reaction. Oh, panic. Yeah, panic, do something. So we don't want to be in either of those panics, either the slow, can't get it wrong, so I must go back and forth and blah, 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 for hours and hours and days and weeks and not make a decision, nor do we want to be flying by the seat of our pants, reacting because we're not actually grounded and centered. But if we're grounded and centered and we're not triggered, what's our instant reaction? Same when you get an acting piece, yeah. If you get a new scene or you get a new monologue, your instincts are as valid, if not more valid, than when we go away and do all the work on motivations and beats and what characters say about you and all that other text work we can do. But what was your gut feel? If it's good writing and the character's right for you, your gut feel is one of your best assets as an actor. And I want you to use that in business as well. So let's stop being reactionary and fear-based, and let's also stop being procrastinators, back and forth, can't decide. Let's see, can you remember your gut feel? Doesn't mean to say that there isn't then a time between that gut feel and action where you can look at the pros and cons, do your due diligence. But what was that fast decision that you made? I'd say that's tapping into the super consciousness. That's your intuition. It's your brain working beyond just the head brain, like I say, the super consciousness, and also working at a pace so fast you can't track the thought processes. So you might not be able to say, rationalize why you come to the conclusion that you have or the decision that you've had, because it's just happened so fast by sort of like this supercomputer. So yeah, so just practice in everyday life where the risk is low, making some fast decisions and just trusting yourself. So for 2023, let's not procrastinate. We want to take action. So we need to make decisions in a timely manner. Otherwise, we're going to get stuck. So let's get out of the rut. Let's start making decisions. Pick ourselves up if we fall down. That's the hero's journey. There are going to be obstacles, going to be challenges. And if you need any help, you know where I am. charlottethornton.com is my website. All the details, obviously, as always, in the link below. If you are having problems with decisions or having problem even sort of making a plan, just a reminder, I've got my workshop tomorrow, Saturday, 7th of January. We're going to be looking at not only how to assess your career and make a plan for 2023, but how we deal with these things like decision making and all the blocks of procrastination or feeling like we might be doing the wrong thing. So if you've got any problems with decision making, we'll be looking at that as part of my workshop tomorrow. So come and sign up. All the details are below. Share this if you enjoyed it. Click like, click subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye.